So hello and good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to our presentation for Programming for Analytics, and the title for our presentation is Data Analysis and Visualization of YouTube Video Metrics and Titles. My name is Mihir Jadhav, and Purva Bhatia, Pushkar Kulkarni, and Ankita Anand are my team members. So as you can see on the screen, here is the task list which we have followed over the course of our project, where we have the task description, the due date of the tasks completed, and the status. So to begin with the introduction of our project, the purpose of our project. So we will be working on the YouTube API. So the purpose of our YouTube API project is to leverage the power of YouTube's API and Python's libraries such as Pandas and data visualization libraries to visualize the video metrics. So by gaining access to YouTube's API, we can retrieve the data such as the views, likes, comments, and other relevant statistics for videos on YouTube channels. Our project aims to gain valuable insights into the performance of a video, its engagement, and the audience behavior by exploring and analyzing the data provided by the API. We will utilize Python's Pandas library to analyze, filter, and process the retrieved data, which will then allow us to perform various manipulations and calculations. So the type of data we will be using. Now in our API project, we are using data from YouTube API, as I have mentioned before. It provides access to various types of data related to videos on YouTube channels, its audio engagement. So here are the types of data which we will be incorporating into our project. So the first one is video data. We gather data about individual videos, including information such as their titles, their descriptions, the dates when they were uploaded, their durations, and thumbnail images. Then we retrieve metrics such as the view counts, the like counts, the number of dislikes the video has to understand the performance and popularity of videos. Then channel data. We collect data about YouTube channels, including their names, descriptions, subscriber counts, and channel creation dates. Again, we will be analyzing metrics like total video counts, average views per videos, and engagement rates to assess the overall performance and success of channels. The third type of data which we will be working on is the engagement data. We access data related to viewer engagement, such as views, likes, and dislikes. And then we analyze the engagement matrix to measure the level of interaction and feedback from viewers, helping us to understand their sentiments and preferences. So as you might have got an idea, but still, I will be telling what are we going to do with this data. Now with this data, we will employ Python's data visualization libraries, including Matplotlib and Seaborn, to create meaningful visualizations such as line charts, bar plots, scatter plots, pie charts, heat maps, and more. These visualizations will then help us uncover patterns, trends, and relationships within the video metrics, enabling us to draw informative conclusions about the performance of YouTube videos. Now, presenting our findings through intuitive and visually appealing graphs and charts, our project will basically aim to provide a very comprehensive and a detailed understanding of the video statistics and metrics available through the API. Now, this analysis will be very helpful for content creators, marketers, and channel owners in making data-driven decisions regarding content, strategy, audience engagement, and video optimization. What types of analysis are we conducting? So the analysis which we are going to conduct is video metric analysis, performance trend analysis, and channel comparison analysis. Now the name gives away the description of what we are going to do. So for video metric analysis, we will be analyzing the video metrics, basic video metrics such as likes, dislikes, comments, and shares to understand the popularity and engagement levels of YouTube videos. We calculate metrics like average per video, like dislike ratio, sentiment analysis on comments, and engagement rates to measure the overall success and reception of the videos. The performance trend analysis. We examine the trends and patterns in video metrics over the time to identify any significant changes or growths over a particular period. Then We will be plotting line charts or area charts to visualize how views, likes, or metrics evolve over a specific period, helping us identify periods or high or low performance. Channel comparison analysis. Again, we will be comparing the performance of different YouTube channels by analyzing their video metrics side by side. And we create bar plots or stacked bar charts to showcase the comparative performance of channels in terms of their views, likes, and other metrics. So our whole and soul reference for this project was the YouTube API reference. All the description was given on this particular link and this particular website. Speaking about the requirements, most people will be using Python for the first time. So we have written these requirements as if a first timer would use Python. So the following are the packages and libraries we have used in analysis. As you can see, those are pandas, seaborn, matplotlib, collections, and word cloud. So the installation of these packages is pretty simple. If you're using if you're using a Mac, you have to open a terminal window, and if you're using a Windows machine, you have to open the command prompt window, and then you have to type the following codes: pip3 install pandas, pip3 install seaborn, pip3 install matplotlib, and pip3 install word cloud. Once you are done installing these, again, you can open a Python interactive shell by typing Python 3 in the terminal window or the command prompt window, and then you can import these libraries. So when importing these libraries, if on the screen you see no error, then it implies that the packages have been successfully installed. The API keys. Now to set up and install the API keys, the process varies on the specific API. Since we have used a YouTube API for our project, I have given the procedure to create a YouTube API key. So first, when we click on the link which is given below, we have the option of creating or selecting a project. Then we have to enable the YouTube API. The instructions are given as on the screen and as in the markdown file. Then we have to create our YouTube API credentials, and then we have to restrict our API key for safety purposes. Now, again, it is extremely crucial to keep the API key secure and avoiding exposing it publicly. User can use this API key to authenticate and make requests to the YouTube API in Python code or applications. Now, the further part of the code will be explained by my teammate Pushkar in the Python notebook file.
Thank you, Mir, for the detailed introduction to our project. So I'll be continuing from here, just quickly going over our work over the semester and the type of visualizations that Mihi spoke of. I'll be showing it in much more detail here. So as he instructed, install the necessary library so that our code runs smoothly. And here we did not hide our API key like Mihir was suggesting, but we we should hide the API key so that it doesn't uh, be exposed. Here are some of the channel IDs and that we are planning to analyze for our project. It's Business Insider, Brightside, Polymatter, Kurzgesagt, and Cold Fusion. And if you see a trend, it is the Infometrics channel that you watch for getting some information. So first thing that we do is we define a function that requests YouTube API to retrieve channel statistics. It is just the channel ID, and later we use that channel ID to get further analytics like the number of subscribers, the number of views, the total number of videos, and the playlist that they are uploading it to. So as you can see here, the code works smoothly. We get output that is in form of a list in which we have dictionary for one particular channel. That is then inputted into a data frame for easier analysis, and this is just a concise view of what we are trying to show. This code is dynamic, so please feel free to add on any type of any channels that you want, any particular video that a YouTuber that you're interested, you can easily add on to this list. easily remove some if you would like. Just looking at some of the visualizations that we have here, we are trying to show the number of subscribers and of all the five channels. We see that Brightside is quite high and Polymatter is the least among the bunch. Here we are trying to show the total number of views a channel has generated over the course of its existence. Again, Brightside with its large subscriber pool is also uploading a lot of videos, and it is generating quite a lot of views. One thing that we were trying to show with this visualization is that though inside a business has fewer subscribers, they do generate quite a large amount of views as well. So just something that YouTubers can keep in mind, that subscriber count is not the final goal. uh, that here is again quite evident that the total number of videos that a channel provides is shown in this graph, and if you see, Business Insider is second, very close to Brightside. So Brightside is a high production, high rate of videos, high viewer count and subscriber count. Business Insider produces a lot of videos, generates a lot of views that way. If you see Kurzgesagt, they have very few videos, but they have high subscriber count, showing that they're quite efficient in converting the number of views and the um, total videos that they generate. They are good, and they're quite efficient. So moving on, we are trying to show get some more details about a channel. Here we just select Cold Fusion, um, and we see that. So this function, we give the playlist ID for Cold Fusion, and what we are trying to extract from this is all the um, video IDs. So each video YouTuber uploads has a unique video ID, and that is what we are trying to get from the API. So again, a API call is made. We request that API to send all the video IDs. And so a couple of complications that we ran here was because the max result in a page is 50, we have to iterate it over and over until we reach the last page. So that is what we are trying to do in this while loop here. We run a if statement if the next page token, that is one of the requirement, is none. In that case, we are done. If else, we still this is the same set of code, but in a while statement and a if statement. So all of that is concatenated. We get that in video ID. So this here is the list of video ID. It's a big list, so didn't show output here, but here we will see the final use of that. So we use that video ID, again make a API call requesting statistics like title, publish date, likes and views. We were running into some issues with comments that we would like to fix soon. But moving on, we see that using that API call, we get the final data frame in which we have the title, publish date, views, and likes. We have converted some of the columns into their respective um, the data type, the numeric data type, so that um, it's easier for it is possible to analyze them. One thing that we were interested in was trying to analyze the title itself. So, what kind of a title is it? Is it a positive title? Is it a negative title? And how does that positivity or negativity help you generate views? So, uh, it is often that YouTube is used as entertainment, and people are attracted or people are gravitated towards negative um, comments. That is something that we thought could play a role. So that's why we use this library called text blob, which gives a sentiment, a polarity between -1 and 1, -1 being negative and 1 being positive. So here when we see, we let's just say this particular title, how this 31-year-old woman scammed JP Morgan. that is being ranked as positive, and the worst bank on earth, uh, Credit Suisse, that is -1. So this is something that we wanted to analyze, and I'll show that in a few minutes. So we in this particular segment, we were trying to analyze the views as well. So we aggregated all the views and displayed it over the years. We see that over the years he's been the channel has been seeing some good growth. Maybe 2018, 2017 were some of the low bars where he didn't generate as many number of views, but overall a positive trend. Similarly, with a number of video occurrence, interestingly, in the early years, there was a lot of videos made, but maybe eventually, see, the YouTubers started prioritizing quality over quantity, and we see a drop, and then that has relatively stayed stable over the years. 23 being still ongoing year, so let's see how that goes. And here we're trying to show, so a lot of videos nowadays have all capitalized letter trying to attract viewers' attention, and we thought that that's a thing that we notice is that backed by data is what we're trying to analyze. So we defined a function that checks if the string inputted is if it has a all caps word. So we run that function across all the titles, and we apply and see if it is true or false. What we see from the data is that about 50%, or I should say 40% of the data do have that trend where they capitalize the letters so that viewers are gravitated towards that title. So another thing that we thought could influence how a title is uh, decided by YouTuber is the title length. What should be the optimal title length? That is what we're trying to do. Again, we use a simple function, apply a lambda x of length to on all the titles and apply that to our data frame. And we see that, and we just make a distribution of that. So we see histogram. A normal distribution with most of the data is within 35 to 60, 65, 55. So that just suggests us that more or less average sentence worth is what is popular. So next step was that we analyzed the title length and how if there was a trend between the views and title length. And as we can see that barring a couple of outliers, we see that most of the data is in this location, suggesting that the optimal range, which was around 35 to 55, that is generating the majority of the views. So that is something that we found interesting. And one thing that we thought was how are these variables correlated? So what we did was we made a heat map that shows the relation between all the variables. We see that again likes and views are highly correlated. That makes sense. The higher the views, higher likely that people are liking the video. So we see that polarity and views have a negative trend, and that is something that we were shocked to see, I should say, because we assume that if a negative video or a title which has negative undertones are attracting people, but the data says otherwise. And we see that title and views also are likely correlated, not significant enough, but there is some correlation with title length as well. So about one more aspect of title analysis that we thought was interesting was what are the most frequently used words that are in the video. So what we see here is a list of words that are frequently used and the count. So that is very well summarized by this word cloud that we visualization that we found very neat. These are some of the most frequent words that appear in Cold Fusion's channel. We see that, yeah, Cold Fusion. It is a very because it's his channel. He tends to use that a lot, and um, the channel is focused on science, business, and technology, and what we see are some of the biggest names in that: Galaxy, Samsung Note, Apple, Samsung, iPhone, Billion, Netflix, Story. So these are something that we found quite interesting, and I should say the visualization was something that we found neat, so we had to include it in our report. And that's about it. Coming back to our code, let me just scroll down. So, what can be the future scope in our analysis was we didn't really include any audience analysis, like what are the target demographic, from which country are they viewing, what is the male female split, what are the age groups that are popular for a particular channel. But this is something that we can add on to this project. So, the same video ID can be used to request these further statistics. With the limited scope, we didn't get to achieve this, but this should be quite achievable. Next thing is engagement level. So a lot of videos have two very important metric, that is click through rate, that is how often the video is clicked, and the retention rate being how long does a user watch that particular video. So we felt that a click through rate was quite well quite we covered that pretty well in our analysis, but retention rate was something that we thought was lacking. And again, a video ID can be referenced to the YouTube API, and we can get some more details about the engagement analysis. One last thing was video category analysis. So again, the video ID can be referenced to the YouTube API, and we can generate some further additional comments, as in the tag. So, like I said, Cold Fusion focuses on science, business, and technology. These are just some of the tags that a YouTuber uses while he uploads the video. So this is available as well in the YouTube API, and that can be uh, pulled into our data frame, and this data frame can be built upon, so that by then we can get some more information and build a dashboard out of it. So that was something that we thought can be done. That's about it. Thank you so much for listening to us, and this was our final presentation. Thank you.